I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what?
Did David just open his mouth about people saying shit weird?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, it's expected from me.
Well, that's also true.
Are we
Not
doing
from
weird
John.
shit right now, or are we going to wait?
Oh yeah.
Dude,
I got-
everything we do is
David's
weird.
here. We got to do a weird sport.
This is
Everything we do is weird.
okay. On this one, I've been getting like going into like the deep dives of Special Olympic sports, and then I got this one.
Oh shit!
It's Special Olympic boxing. I mean, at least you know with these guys, you know what their handicap is.
Hmm.
He keeps dropping his left. That's the problem.
Yeah, right. Really, he's not got his guard is maybe.
Right?
I mean, look at that. His left is down.
I'm saying
he's
going to get his ass beat if he doesn't start bringing his hands up.
I like the comments on this.
Although he
the right guard is way too low.
He's all right. He's putting some
counter cut.
It's kind of like a combination of like drunken style and a little bit of disability.
What was that? Was that a jab? Right? Like
what? How do you score that?
How do you know if it's a jab?
I give these guys nothing but the utmost respect because they are two autism-powered fuck machines.
It's more like a hook, right?
Yeah,
it's coming in like a hook. Yeah,
it's like a powerhouse left right there.
I like these comments on these things though. It's like right guard's way too low. Bro's using the downer cut. Jake Paul new opponent.
I was thinking that. I was thinking that, and just
amazing.
Something about this fight seems special.
Oh man,
it seems like something that I might be able to compete in, and possibly if they've got like a tag team duo. Since Johnny and I both have shit knees, I think that. I mean, I can't do that.
I'm handicapped.
That motherfucker right there was like little Muhammad Ali. Did you see him,
bro?
I'm saying.
Yeah, my knee's gonna buckle and they're gonna knock me the fuck out, and then we can go viral.
I need my right knee is just for stability. So I mean, I just need to decelerate with my right knee. That's all,
dude. They're competing to knock out the last brain cell out of each other.
No,
I'm going for.
See, there's a line. There's a line.
That dude can float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. The one in the black outfit, and that's not racist. It's the color of his outfit, which is the color.
Yeah, he's got his footwork in, but he needs to work on his hands.
Look at that. I mean, dude, like Curly from the Three Stooges. He's like,
I just love it.
I'm glad you did this one first because everyone loves a good laugh. By God, Dave.
Yeah.
You weren't here last week, Dave. You missed out. You missed out, Dave.
Yeah, well, I had to work.
Work is overrated.
There's just that whole thing called bills, but it is what it is.
I know.
No, I'm not good looking enough to hit that street corner. Can't help it.
You're just not being honest enough with yourself.
It's like you've got a fetish for looking at people with disabilities, David.
I am.
No. Do not try to say that you don't have a fetish.
It comes up in my feed all the time because
you are responsible for your own feed. I mean, you know that, right?
I mean, if she's a little slow, David's down. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, David's got the right. I mean, think about this. Let's look at this from the animal kingdom. Think about the mighty lion, okay, or a tiger, either one. When they go and they are hungry and they're hunting, do they go for the fastest gazelle, the most athletic zebra? No. They're going for the weakest, stupidest, slowest one they can get. And the same goes for, a lot of other things. So, such as life. Be the lion. Go for the easy prey is what I'm saying.
He said the lowest common denominator exists for a reason.
That's true.
Then how do you
Absolutely.
explain how the hell I ended up where I am? Because I mean, I'm still to this day, I will die on this hill. When I met my wife, to this day, still batting
I can
well
answer that for you
Oh, you are batting way above your weight.
way above
because
my average.
the
I think,
faithful
I
are
think my wife
blessed.
likes men with extra chromosomes. Honestly,
Then explain you.
uh,
She go
'Cause
for
you
you.
have more than all of us combined, and yet
I don't have anybody. I don't know. I'm that one that
You have
like.
us.
Well, then at a certain
you're
point,
the
David, you have to
exception
look
to the
yourself
rule.
in the mirror. At a certain point, you have to look yourself in the mirror and go, maybe it is me.
I do it all the time.
Shit. The old gypsy woman was right.
Did you shave? I mean, I said that before we.
No,
Before we
well,
went live.
okay,
It's
I
Did you
picked up
trim it
the
back?
wrong. I did the wrong guard.
Did Mauricio say that like the stubble was too much? Yeah, I mean, what's going on there?
it
No,
got
I
a
just-
little too scratchy.
I honestly got the wrong guard because it's in
Uh-huh.
metric and I don't know that shit anyways. So I ended up doing that and I was like, oh, that's a little bit too much, and I just went with it.
Okay.
I did it last night, so
So we had family movie night last week, and I bought If on Vudu, where
How-
now it's San Diego at home. Dude, If is an amazing movie.
all right. I'm gonna.
I don't recall that one. What was
Ryan Reynolds, John
it's
John
Ryan Reynolds.
he wrote and directed.
Oh, Imaginary Friend. Yeah. I
Yes,
remember that one. Good.
Think live action Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Okay.
Yeah, Steve Carell, Brad Pitt plays Keith, the invisible imaginary friend. Dude, there are a ton of voice like A-list talent doing voiceovers in this movie. It's amazing.
Interesting.
And then David, just so that way I can give you some props on a movie recommendation. We watched Atlas last night finally, and I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
I went into it with a very bated breath, like a heavy sense of dread and trepidation, just because it's J-Lo, and I expected it to be all like, "Oh, look at me, I'm all like, I'm just ugly and nobody wants me," which in real life that's actually true. But it turned out to be a really good movie. I'm like, okay, all right. It wasn't over the top. Like there were certain like hints of feminist notes there, but for the most part, I mean, it was a very apolitical movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just like, okay, it was very well done for a sci-fi movie, and considering that it was a Netflix production, I'm like, okay, all right, I just kind of sat back a little bit and watched it with my wife and sister-in-law last night, and just kind of looked at it and went, you know what? Okay, yeah, this was actually a really good movie. So, it's got the guy from the what is it, the Shang-Chi in the
Yeah.
Seven Rings. Yeah, he plays the antagonist in this movie. So it was actually really well done. So yeah, it kind of makes you stop and think about the role AI is starting to play in our lives. And I had a discussion with it about this today, just briefly in the parking lot of Best Buy with the guy that was wheeling the TV. Because I had to replace the TV upstairs in the game room. Because for those of you who have teenage kids and preteen kids who have the attention span of a gnat, when you leave a TV on and you're not in the room, the backlight is a very finite resource.
Mhm.
So the backlight went out on the TV in the game room, and I'm like, well, I could either make them wait, or we could listen, and listen to the throes of agony, because first world problems apparently are life and death in the 21st century.
Oh yeah.
Or I could go get a new TV. Well, Best Buy happened to have one on sale. It was one their brand, their Insignia TVs with the Fire TV OS in it. And I was like, all right, cool. Because the big TV that's in my living room, and the two TVs, there's two TVs upstairs. They're all Fire TVs. And I'm like, okay, all right. So it's a little bit of familiarity there. And I'm like, all right, cool. So got all that squared away and brought it home today. I think out the door with the protection plan, I paid like $270 for
What's up
a
with it?
for a 55-inch. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So
Back in the day, a 55-inch was
Yeah.
like $800 or close to $1,000.
yeah, I, mean, I really want one of those micro LED TVs. But right now, a 65-inch is still like $2,000, and I'm like, bro,
Yeah, it's not.
yeah, I can wait. Wait until I start making the big money, right? So, baseball today, the first home game that the Giants have had since Willie Mays' passing last week. Everybody wore the number 24 today, so that was kind of cool. Phase 1 voting for the All-Star game ends Thursday. So if you haven't voted for your favorite players to make the All-Star team, go to MLB.com. Look for the links to the All-Star ballot, and I think you can vote up to 5 times, kind of a thing. Right now, the 5 closest All-Star ballots are, let me see here, where did they go? The American League DH is between David Fry of Cleveland and Giancarlo Stanton of New York. Right now, I kind of think that one's going to lean towards Giancarlo Stanton. He's got 717,023 votes versus the 262 for David Fry. That's a difference of about almost 11,000 votes, just about like 240 or 239 votes difference, kind of a thing, between that and 11,000. But see here, for the National League third base, Manny Machado and Joey. I almost said David Ortiz. How'd I miss Big Papi? Joey Ortiz from Milwaukee for the third base position. They say it's close, but Manny Machado, who is quite arguably the biggest douche nozzle in Major League Baseball, leads the National League third base votes, 545,259, going up against 486,267. Here's my advice to Mr. Joey Ortiz: sit back, relax, do your thing, and hope that somebody issues out some kind of like cosmic karma and spikes Manny Machado before the All-Star game, because you're not going to beat it. I mean, the people in San Diego are going nuts on the boats, and I mean, he's there specifically for his defense. He's a defensive wizard. He's a dirty player, and you will never change my mind about that. Yeah, and the reason why I point to Exhibit A, Dustin Pedroia. Enough said. Case closed. The National League DH position is going to be between Marcell Ozuna and Kyle Schwarber. There is a difference here, just a tick over 60,000 votes in favor of Ozuna. They said that it's Shohei Ohtani's position to lose. He's nearly doubling Ozuna's vote, but there's certainly a battle for the second spot. Ozuna holds a lead. Like I said, just a tick over 60,000 votes, but Schwarber, he's got some serious ground to make up. Ozuna, up to this point, he's at a 986 on base percentage, or OPS rather, in 21 homers. In June, Schwarber has been out in full force. He's had 6 home runs and he has a 581 slugging percentage this month, but he's actually lost ground to Ozuna since the first update. So I don't know. I think what they're doing, I like Kyle Schwarber, and it's not because he played for Boston for a year. He's kind of like the modern version of John Kruk. I mean, he's blue collar, and he kind of fits that Philadelphia Philly mold, like that hard worker, the guy that you kind of picture him during the off season running a paving machine or a steamroller on a road construction unit, crew during the off season rather than, going to, to like a hitting clinic or whatever during the off season, getting ready for spring. I mean, he just kind of looks like that blue collar work ethic kind of a guy. And I don't know. Even though he's a Philadelphia Philly, I mean, that's really the only strike that he's got against him as far as I'm concerned. But is what it is there. So as far as the catcher position for the National League, JT Realmuto for Philadelphia versus Will Smith of the LA Dodgers. Not to be confused with the beta cuck bitch Will Smith, the one that gets pushed around by his wife all the time. I would love for him to hear us talk shit about his overbearing, balding ass wife. I would love for him to just pop up in the comments or to make a TikTok about us, be like, keep my name's wife out your fucking mouth. Be like, I would have to stitch it, and I'd be like, slide into my DMs. I'll give you my address.
We could have that segment to be sponsored by a plunger company because it's the only way that he can pull her hair.
Right. Oh,
good one.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
Well, in order for him to pull her hair, he's got to get his son's best friend's dick out of his wife's snatch first. That is
very true.
So,
that is very true.
I mean, when you take off the chastity cage there, Will, and you're willing to step up, be a bad boy for life kind of a thing, get thuggish on him, dude.
I wonder if he hands the plunger to the boyfriend.
No, because the boyfriend's man enough to choke her out.
Oh, okay.
And pull her hair.
Bring her to the point of like erotic asphyxiation. And then just deliver a donkey punch right there to the back of the head.
Okay.
Right in the kidneys.
I can see that.
No, the donkey punch, dude. Donkey punch is where it's at, bro. Especially if you actually lose consciousness, wake up, and then orgasm. I'm just kind of putting that out there. Anyways, getting back to this. That got dark really fast. Catcher JT Realmuto, he's got 1,081,907 votes, or 1,081,907 votes versus Will Smith's 955,726. Realmuto probably won't be able to participate in this year's game due to a right knee surgery that's expected to keep him out until around mid-July. So this all might be just kind of like, as far as stats are going to be concerned, they're still going to both get all-star nods, but Will Smith's going to do it as a backup. So yeah, it really, one way or the other, it's going to be, they're both going to get to the all-star game regardless. It doesn't matter. But yeah, those the AL outfield, though, you've got Colton Cowser, who plays for Baltimore, versus Alex Verdugo for New York, Cedric Mullins for Baltimore. It's really an American League East outfield for the 6th and final spot for Phase 2. Cowser's holding a lead of roughly about 137,000 votes over Verdugo and Mullins. They're separated. Just the last two are separated by just over 400 votes. And Cowser hit 6 home runs with a 1.004 OPS through the end of April, but he's cooled off now to just a very respectable 584. 3 home runs since. Cowser's he's accumulated a 2.0 WAR, which is wins above replacement, as he tries to make the Midsummer Classic in his first full season as an MLB player. To advance to phase 2, he'll have to hold off his teammate Mullins as well as Verdugo, who has a 708 OPS in his first season with the Yankees after coming over in a trade from the Red Sox. If Aaron Judge maintains his position as the leading vote getter in all of the American League, he'll receive an automatic spot in the junior circuit starting lineup for the American League or for the All-Star game. And only the next 4 outfield finalists will advance to phase 2 to determine who starts at the 2 remaining spots. That means Cowser would be on the outside looking behind teammate Anthony Santander, who currently holds the number 5 spot with 8,100 votes and a margin of about 158,000 votes over Cowser's total. So right now we're looking at American League outfielders. We've got Judge and Soto, both from New York, and Kyle Tucker from Houston. Houston's been playing some solid baseball here lately. And the Red Sox have figured out something. I don't want to jinx it, but you know,
Hey,
I mean, the Red Sox are above 500 finally, and by several games. So I'm just kind of putting it out there. I'm getting excited.
Doesn't seem like it, Johnny. Your excitement is
I know it's laughable. I get it, right? I get it. You know, I mean, I've been accused of being monotone and kind of flat, and you know, it's what all right, whatever. But on the other hand, I make up for it in looks. So, you know, just kind of look, I didn't say that it was better than you. So calm your tits there, guy. Okay.
I just want to say that when I look on the screen, I see 4 sex machines.
I'm sexy enough to where I landed the wife that I did. So
that's a good point.
Yeah. Anywho, all right. So to the NFL. Yeah, they're oh boy. The NFL Sunday Ticket has been kind of a staple of a lot of NFL fans for the last, I don't know,
20 years. No, it hasn't been 20 years, has it?
Yeah,
It was 94. Started in 94.
Yeah, so it's been 30 years. 30 years. Dude, that is depressing as shit.
Yeah, it is.
God, 30 years.
30 years.
I'm sitting there looking at it like this. I shipped off for basic training 29 years ago.
I was gonna say I fucking
old as shit.
I joined I started high school in 94.
That's why you're the eye candy, because you're the young end of the group.
94, you started high school?
Yeah. I graduated in 98. Which is also the year I joined the Army too.
Oh boy. Okay. But yeah, it's let me pull that article back up here.
Okay,
I got it. This is coming from the AP News, so it's apnews.com. The article, the title of the article is "Here's what you need to know about the lawsuit against the NFL by Sunday Ticket subscribers." So, and Scotty Schefter won another golf tournament this weekend, so there you go. I mean, dude, he's cementing himself as the number 1 overall, ranked player in the world for a reason.
There's some controversy though with that.
With that game too, but go ahead. I'll find it.
You're talking about the oil protesters going out there with their little smoke pots.
They strike again. First it was Stonehenge. Now they're going after golf on the dead planet.
This is actually the second time for the golf tournament because
like one of them even had that T-shirt, "No golf on a dead planet." Like we fucking played golf on the moon.
Bert Kreischer took one down at a golf tournament.
I mean,
imagine getting fucking tackled by Bert Kreischer.
And he's got that insane like laugh.
Like he's all fucking
he might tackle you and try to fuck you. You never know. He's taking his shirt off. Next thing you know,
you hear the footsteps, and then you hear the and then these big sweaty And these two moves just like smash your head on either side.
Oh God. Oh.
Good fucking times right there, bro.
I
Okay.
don't know, I might be into that. I might kind of want that. Depends how much I had to drink that day. Oh.
Right, because if the blood's thin, then yeah, maybe not so much. But the NFL, the way that the NFL can distribute its package of out-of-market games could be decided in a federal court as a result of a class action lawsuit. Subscribers to the NFL Sunday Ticket package are claiming the league broke antitrust laws by selling its package of out-of-market Sunday afternoon games airing on CBS and Fox.
You said
At what the lawsuit says was an inflated price. The subscribers also claim the league restricted competition by offering Sunday Ticket only on a satellite provider. Now, the NFL maintains it has the right to sell Sunday Ticket under its antitrust exemption for broadcasting. Now, the plaintiff says that that only covers over-the-air broadcasts and not pay TV. The case got underway on June 6th in Los Angeles. Closing statements are expected next week. Now, how did this case get to trial? It's a great question. I'm glad you asked. The lawsuit was originally filed in 2015 by Mucky Duck Sports Bar in San Francisco. That checks out. On June 30th, 2017, U.S. District Judge Beverly Reed O'Connell. She just sounds pretentious. My name is Beverly Reed O'Connell. Anyways, she dismissed the lawsuit and ruled for the NFL because, see, that's what I say, pretentious. She ruled for the NFL because she said Sunday Ticket did not reduce the output of NFL games, and that even though DirecTV might have charged inflated prices, that did not on it, or that did not on its own constitute harm to competition, because it had to negotiate with the NFL to carry the package. Now, 2 years later, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, which has jurisdiction over California and 8 other states, reinstated the case. Now, on February 7th, 2023, U.S. District Judge Philip Gutierrez ruled that the case could proceed as a class action. Now, Gutierrez on January 12th rejected a final attempt by the NFL to dismiss the case. Who are the plaintiffs? The class action applies to more than 2.4 million residential subscribers and 48,000 businesses, mostly bars and restaurants, that purchased NFL Sunday Ticket from June 17th of 2011 to February 7th of 2023. Now, Google's YouTube TV became the Sunday Ticket provider last season. Now, what are the chances of the NFL winning? Well, the NFL might be the king of American sports and one of the most powerful leagues in the world, but it often loses cases in court, especially in Los Angeles. It was an LA federal court in 1982 that a jury ruled that the league violated antitrust rules by not allowing Al Davis to move the Raiders from Oakland to Los Angeles. This is one of the rare times when a high-profile case where the league financial matters would become public has gone to court without the NFL first settling. Now, in 2021, the league settled with St. Louis. Now, St. Louis County and the St. Louis Regional Convention and Sports Complex Authority for over $790 million over the relocation of the Rams from St. Louis to Los Angeles. Now, why the NFL could lose, according to memos presented by attorneys for the plaintiffs, Fox and CBS have always wanted the league to charge premium prices for Sunday Ticket, so that way it doesn't eat into local ratings. Now, the more subscribers to Sunday Ticket, the greater the threat to local audience members. Now, during opening statements, attorney Amanda Bond showed a 2020 term sheet by Fox Sports demanding the NFL ensure Sunday Ticket would be priced above $293.96 per season. When the Sunday Ticket contract was up for bid in 2022, ESPN wanted to offer the package on its streaming service for $70 per season, along with offering a team-by-team product, according to an email shown by Bond. That was rejected by the NFL. Now, the NFL could win if the attorneys representing the subscribers have made this case more complicated than it should be. According to the judge, instead of calling some of the fans or Jason Baker, the owner of the Mucky Duck, they've relied on economists who gave complicated testimony. Gutierrez voiced his frustration over the case when he told the plaintiff's attorneys, quote, "The way you have tried this case is far from simple. The case has turned into 25 hours of depositions and gobbledygook," end quote. Apparently that's a legal term. So who has been tried so far? Well, Roger Goodell. He took the stand on June 17th for the first time since he began his tenure in 2006. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, retired CBS Sports chairman Sean McManus, and Larry Jones, executive vice president of Fox, have also testified. Daniel Rasher, a sports economist at the University of San Francisco, was called as an expert witness by the subscribers' attorneys. This could cost the NFL if they are found liable. A jury could award $7 billion in damage, but that number could balloon to $21 billion because antitrust cases can triple damages. But when would the league have to show the subscribers the money? Well, not for a while, since the NFL would appeal to the Ninth Circuit and possibly the Supreme Court after that. So it's not about the initial ruling. Obviously, the deeper the pockets of the person that you're getting the money from, the longer it's going to be before you see it. Everybody knows that. Now, the NFL could offer a team-by-team package, something done by Major League Baseball and the NBA for its out-of-market packages, and actively market a weekly package if fans didn't like games being shown in their area. Could this impact other sports? Sure. Since all the other major leagues offer out-of-market packages, they're keeping an eye on this case, since individual teams selling their out-of-market streaming rights, especially in baseball, would further separate the haves from the have-nots. So here's my thing. I like the way that MLB offers some of the, they offer the out-of-market games, right?
Well, except for the Bally bullshit.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Now, Bally Sports has filed for bankruptcy. So there is going to be a lot of games that were initially being broadcast by Bally Sports, regardless of the region. They are. I mean, it's not good. So, I mean, you're going to start seeing a lot more local networks popping up. Like here in Houston, they've got the Space City Network. I know that in like up there in the Arlington area, they've got like the Dallas Fort Worth networks, kind of setting up, trying to gear up to take over from Bally Sports. So, Bally Sports has really shot themselves in the foot. I mean, on a very momentous manner, in a very momentous manner. Kind of the way I wish Fanatics would. I wish Fanatics would just kind of go away. Right. But we make exclusive gear. Like, who cares? I want the authentic stuff. I want it's sponsored by the teams.
But be exclusive, but it's shit.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely shit. And they're talking about Fanatics taking over the trading card contracts for baseball from Topps.
Yep.
And
they got them.
Fucking nightmare.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be fucking horrendous. So, I mean,
for
those collectors that are out there, I mean, just kind of, even if you've got a bunch of common cards sitting in a box in the bottom of your closet somewhere, hang on to them, because Fanatics is going to screw the pooch on this one. And,
they're single-handedly going to triple the value of your collection, no matter what you have.
Yeah. I mean,
they put out a junk product.
Especially if you've got an error card where it shows him with his batting practice bat that on the knob, he's black Sharpie who wrote the words "fuck off" on the knob of his bat. I've been looking for that card. It's a score card. So it's like, I want that card bad. I'm going to find that card.
Or
which version do you want? Because there's 3 versions of it. They've got the one that has the FU. They've got the one that's blurred out, and then they've got one that's got a piece of white on it. And I'm pretty sure I've got multiples of.
I want the unedited version. I want the error that got through.
Yep.
I will get you one of the many that I have, and by many, all around me, I'm surrounded by sports cards everywhere I go. Everywhere I reach between sports cards and weapons, that's all I'm surrounded by. and memorabilia.
brother.
I mean that literally.
It's a good space.
That's
to
all
be in.
I've got.
You are a
I love
man
it.
among men.
But I won't
I'm
buy
just
any
saying.
new product. I buy singles. Singles is what I buy, autographs in particularly. And
Right.
what Panini and Fanatics and Topps have done, and I'm not even talking about Leaf or Sage or Hit or anybody else, Wild Card, etc. Even though I think that those unlicensed companies are doing a far better job of putting product out that is more eye appealing, more sexy, a better quality product as opposed to just putting out product to put out product. They're ruining the hobby. It's not fun anymore, and it's not affordable for kids, for that younger generation, because it's sad that they're taking over. I'm sorry that it's happening, but maybe some good will come of it that we don't just see yet.
Yeah. No, I'm sitting here giving the safe sign because I'm watching this championship game for the College World Series. And last night, the Tennessee catcher threw a couple of back picks that, I mean, the dude's got absolute savage game, and he picked off an A&M runner at first base last night, or yesterday afternoon rather. They tried to do it again, and the first baseman from Tennessee's like, "No, I got that shit right." He's sitting there pointing at his glove, like, "Review it." Tennessee's fixing to lose this challenge because they slowed it down. The A&M runner was safe. Yeah, it's confirmed. Called, confirmed, safe. They've been charged one. They have one challenge remaining. And that first baseman's like, "No, I got your ass, man." He's like, "No, fuck you, dude. Come on." I mean, Tennessee's probably, I mean, right now it's 2 outs, runners on first and third, top of the 6th, and Tennessee's leading 3-1. So, I mean, all it takes is just one swing of the bat to turn this game around. I got faith. At some point during the course of this broadcast tonight, you may see me turn my hat inside out, just put the rally cap on.
Whatever
Well,
it takes.
Whatever it takes, man. I mean, Michael Scott, he said it best. I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. But I'm just like, man, come on. And, oh, that was low here. What's up? Okay. All right. Anyway, moving on. You know, the thing about Robert Manfred, with the commissioner of baseball, as it relates to, you know, their premium package, I mean, all their blackout restrictions are ridiculous. They don't show games on Sundays before 12 o'clock. Right. And I mean, if your game is on the East Coast and they're playing, you know, if they're playing a 12 o'clock game Eastern time, you're going to miss like a good third of the game.
So they still play it, but they started out like exactly.
They still play it, but the broadcast for people out of market, you're not going to get to see it until after the game's already started.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's dumb. And if your team is an out of market team and they're playing close to your market, it gets blacked out because of market restrictions.
Yep.
Is that due to that whole lawsuit that happened last year with the what was it? It was something to do with the NFL Network and some other. What is it? Start with like a B or something like that.
No, see,
because it was
MLB premium package. MLB premium package is the baseball equivalent of the Sunday ticket. Right?
Yeah.
Except you get all 162 games for all 30 teams, right?
Mhm.
And for me, you know, I would consume the shit out of some baseball, right? I've had the premium package, with the exception of this year because T-Mobile screwed up my billing, which is another reason why I left T-Mobile. I've had.
Did you also throw your phone at the place?
Do what?
You know, like screw you and threw your phone at the T-Mobile.
No, because I knew my phone was worth something because it was paid off and I used it as a down payment for my new phone.
Okay.
Not into breaking phones, huh?
you to understand what it truly means to be peaceful, David, you have to understand what it means to be violent. And so, I just choose not to be. But
expensive.
yeah. Well, for the premium package, it's like $160 a year for MLB, right? And with as
For
much baseball
162 games really is not bad.
it's not that bad. It's actually very economical. And with the amount of baseball that I normally consume, like if there's a game going and I'm working out in the yard, I pull up my at-bat app and I listen to whatever radio broadcast, right? So I mean, and with the at-bat app, which is all like play-by-play and radio broadcast, there's no market restrictions on those. There's no blackouts of those games, right? So I'm like, okay, I can still listen to them at least. And it's really gotten me to a point where I'm really kind of like that old school, like, yeah, if I'm sitting around the house or if I've got a TV mounted out in the back porch kind of a thing, which FYI I don't, but still, if I've got nothing else going on and I just want to sit around, and then I'll turn on the TV and watch a game. But 90% of the time when I'm taking in a ball game, it's, or if I'm consuming baseball, Major League Baseball of some sort, it's usually with the earbuds in and I'm out in the yard. So, I mean, to each his own, but I want to have that option. And Robert Manfred, he's been confronted by fans on the regular when he goes to games and his fans are sitting next to his box or whatever. And they'll turn their phones on and they'll make TikTok videos out of it. And it's hilarious. Like one I saw was like, hey, Manfred. And Robert Manfred turned and looked at this guy and he goes, you really want to open up baseball and you want to increase your revenues, eliminate the blackouts, you clown. I was like, yes, I want to do that. I mean, that dude suddenly, like instantly became my spirit animal, but
that dude for president.
Yeah, that dude for president. Yeah. And then the Haktua girl can be his running mate. I don't really care.
God, that went over.
That thing fucking blew up. Oh my god! And like
4 days.
She goes, "What does this mean?" And I was like, "Haktua." You're like that's the sound that.
On that thing.
It's a porn sound, right? It's a corn sound, right? She's like, that's gross. I was like, well, I mean, yeah. And she goes, guys get off on that? I'm like, I mean, it doesn't hurt. Like it doesn't hurt. But
it's never a bad thing. It's like a bonus.
Evan Oshwanek, right? He's a pitcher for A&M. He's their closer. They just brought him into the game in the bottom of the sixth.
Oh,
God.
That bad, huh?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he didn't pitch yesterday. Because I mean, he's a workhorse, but they don't want to work him consecutive days.
Right.
Anyway, but yesterday, A&M's starting pitcher, dude is 6'8" or 6'7", 240 pounds. He threw 2 innings yesterday.
Just 2?
Got them to their middle reliever. Well, because he's a middle reliever guy.
Okay.
And, so I mean, it basically amounted to just like a glorified bullpen session yesterday. And I'm like, okay, all right, but let me see here. As far as the streaming packages are concerned with all of the major sports, I mean, honestly, dude, it's I just wish that it was, I mean, the costs aside, I get the costs and there's kind of no way around that. I mean, as long as the production value is there, the
price of admission is worth it.
Well, the technical side of it is not lacking. Okay. In other words, you get the feed from the various local broadcasts, and you can consolidate it to your app, whether it's TV based, console based, watching it on a computer, as long as there's no hiccups between point A and point B, fine. I'm fine with the price. Get rid of the market restrictions. Honestly, get rid of the market restrictions. And then as far as baseball is concerned, get rid of the blackouts. The blackout restrictions is the biggest headache for MLB Premium, hands down. So I mean, you as a consumer, as a fan, we really it every year it kind of becomes harder and harder to justify spending that amount of money, knowing that we're going to get gouged on the back end. It's like microtransactions in a game.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
You know, right now as it is with the next gen games, we're paying $75, $76 per title. And then we get into the game and then we got to spend real world money to, you know, get
Open up like
content.
it's
Yeah,
like the Helldivers 2. I mean, you have to pay to open up a new segment so you can get newer weapons and everything.
Yeah, I mean, but the community with Helldivers 2 has gotten really to the point where they rally. And
Oh yeah.
they grind as a community to open up those paragrams.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's always a way around it, unfortunately, but I want the blackout restrictions lifted on baseball. The NFL, I mean, unless I'm going to sit in a panic room and I've got 16 TVs going, I don't really care. I mean, is it cool to have that option to watch a game that's piquing my interest? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Is it required though? No, it's not. Do I see it necessary to charge $250, $260 for something? No. You're playing an 18-week season. I get that these games mean more versus baseball's 6-month grind, but baseball's charging half what you're charging, and they go for longer
without a
So-
salary cap.
Yeah. I mean, without a salary cap. So
There's no reason, nor is there a rhyme or a reason for them to charge any more than a reasonable price for every game, no blackouts, whether it's the MLB, NHL, NFL, NBA, it makes no difference. If you pay for the subscription, then it doesn't matter who the provider is. You are paying directly to the NFL in some form or fashion. They're getting revenue off it.
Yeah,
And if they're
here's-
being irresponsible with how they manage their money,
Yeah.
that's not our fault. We didn't make these guys contracts to be ridiculously overpaid.
right. You know, see here, the flip side of the argument is we have to really, I mean, as a conservative myself, I believe in capitalism and small but limited government. So, you know, we kind of have to watch how close we get to the edge of letting gravity take over and just pulling us down that slippery slope. How much do we want the government to get involved with with private practice, with private businesses? I mean, do
We
we need
don't.
some form of regulation? Maybe. But I mean, do we need government coming in and saying A, B, and C, you can't charge over this much if you're offering this? No, because we don't need the government structuring those packages. And we need
No.
to let that liberty stay with the
Free market decide.
yeah, let the free market decide. Now,
Absolutely.
if we wanted to really open it up, the NFL could negotiate Sunday ticket packages with multiple carriers. What
Right.
if Netflix wanted to get in on the game? I mean, ESPN wants to get in on it. They want to offer certain like a la carte packages. Fine, great. Make that available to them. I mean, you've got an audience out there that wants to consume your product. They want to stay loyal to the brand, right? Give them the opportunity to do that. And if the network TV packages, carriers are like, well, it's going to eat into local coverage ratings and blah, blah, blah. Well, then maybe step up your game on the local side and entice people. Don't do it by penalizing them. Entice them with quality product.
Right.
Don't give me this glitz and glam. Don't do like Fox did whenever they first started doing the NHL coverage. Remember that with the glowing puck? Right?
Yeah.
We don't need all of that, right? When NASCAR gave Fox the green light to start covering NASCAR races, and we all had to look at, I forget what the name of the mascot was, but it was like the gopher cam, and the cars would run over the camera, that was buried in the track.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a cool camera angle. Don't name it. I get it. You invent this camera angle. Now we've got cameras that are on gimbals that are bolted to the inside of the car on the roll cage, so we can see the car hit those banking, those 33-degree banking turns in Talladega and Daytona. Yeah, that's all cool and well and good, but we don't need a lot of flash. We don't need a lot of glam. Just give us the product in a very consumable manner, so that way we can digest it as fans, keep up with it, and go from there.
Right.
It's very simple. I mean,
As I said, let the fans decide.
Yeah, let the fans decide. Let the free market take over. If you introduce competition, you are going to force the producers of this content to step up their game to provide the best version of that product as possible, and still allow the NFL to make their money.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay, because even if the prices come down, you're going to have more people buying it. It's like lowering the taxes. It's like lowering taxes, right? If you allow the American worker to consume or to keep more of their money, what are they going to do with it? They're going to spend it.
And it. Yep.
Okay, that's going to drive up revenue for the government more than you would if you were to take 51% of what everybody makes. I've never been a big fan of taxation to begin with. I mean, I'm honestly one of these people that if you introduced a flat tax, you could abolish 2/3 of the IRS.
Oh God, easily.
yeah.
So, I mean, 17% off the top, it doesn't matter what you make. 17% is what you're going to pay. You could get rid of 2/3 of the IRS. Hands down. So, I mean, you could apply that same principle, that same ideology to the free market. I mean, if the free market was so damn bad, then why do the Chinese practice it? And they own 3/4 of the world. It seems like, anyway. I mean, maybe Josh Whedon had it right whenever he was, writing Firefly, and we were speaking Chinese, way off into the future. Just kind of put it out there.
There was a reason for it.
Right, exactly.
Now, I just ran across this article because I was looking for some other news and everything. It's the coming up Olympics. It's the female outfit.
Yeah, I will allow this little segue, David. Yeah, go for it.
The title from The Guardian is called "My Hoo-Ha is Gonna Be Out." U.S. Olympians slam Nike for skipping women's track kit, and it's just the I guess the track and field kit they have.
Well, and I'm gonna get roasted for this, but if the female track athletes are that worried about their hoo-has slipping out on either side of that dental floss of a track outfit, maybe cross your legs when you're sleeping at the Olympic Village at night instead of doing what normal Olympians do. Just kind of putting that out there. I mean, if you're that worried about wrapping up your Arby's roast beef sandwich,
This is what it looks like, and
maybe not take it to the slicer. Just kind of saying.
yeah. Well,
Now, to be fair, that outfit, that is atrocious.
It is. But
I mean,
well, I have one. Here's the other one that's kind of weirded out to me. Here's the other photo.
Looks like it's USA spray painted by Antifa on the women's.
I mean, it looks like a Stop Oil demonstration.
Yeah, it's
You
I mean,
know,
here's
just
the other. You got Argentina and some other ones, and they have, you know, I don't know what this one is. The just
That-
the
it looks like a woman. That looks like a. Is that a swim cap on her head? Because I mean, if it is,
no, it's
is that
her.
is that
It's
a
their-
bulge in her crotch area, like a sack of
No.
nuts in a?
Speaking of
Y'all-
bulges, it's Leah Thomas, the man that claims to be a woman that's been competing against women in the NCAA, the one that got
Swimmer.
kicked out of women's sports in the NCAA. He was
Yeah.
told that you will not compete with the women in the Olympics, and if you want to participate in the Olympics, you have to do it as a man.
Nice. About time.
Yeah.
Fuck
So
yeah.
I'm like, you know, I get the whole identity crisis thing, but enough is enough, man. I mean,
Here's my thing though on this photo. What's the guy in the wheelchair gonna do?
that's a Paralympian outfit.
I believe that is actually Professor X, if I'm not mistaken, from my angle.
And to
He
be,
is,
and
looking
in all
very good.
honesty, if that was Professor X, he would be competing for England, not the USA.
That is true.
Yeah, but
Okay.
he lives in the U.S. I mean,
Doesn't
he's
matter. We've got
but
professional
he
athletes
he's got
that play here,
can
and then
just-
they go home and represent their home countries.
like the
Yeah.
Canadian basketball men's team looks pretty good, a lot better than the U.S. men's basketball team.
Yeah, well, I just think it would be hilarious if LeBron James came home with a bronze instead of the gold, and see how many people he blames that on.
That would be just another bronze to bring home.
Everybody.
It's everybody's fault. Oh God.
Yeah. So the Lord Stanley Cup Finals, they're playing Game 7 right now. Now, why is Game 7 important? Well, besides being the most two awesomest words in all of professional sports, Game 7, the Oilers have done this the hard way. The Florida Panthers rushed out to a 3-0 lead in this series, and the Oilers have fired back and forced a Game 7. I have never wanted a Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup so fucking bad. Like right now, with 13:54 left in the second period, it is tied 1 goal apiece. I don't
One
care
goal
if this
apiece.
game goes to overtime.
Double
I just
overtime.
want Edmonton to win. I want Edmonton to win, hands down.
Statistically,
want
Johnny, and if you're gonna have to correct me on this if I'm wrong, it's the most watched Stanley Cup Finals, not in history, but in the last
3 or 4 years.
20 years. Yeah, that's what it is.
4 years.
It's been amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's because of the double D's.
That didn't hurt things.
She's there.
I mean,
But she has deleted all of her socials.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, and let's be honest, if you paid as much as she did for them, I would want to show them off too. But you know, she was like, she was caught up in the moment, and you know,
They were
They
there.
they looked nice. Everybody in
Really
America,
nice.
everybody in the NHL universe knows what they look like, and everybody on Twitter, because of Barstool Sports, knows what they look like. But oh, and the Panthers just went with an empty net. It's 5-on-6 right now.
mm,
Ooh,
Ooh,
that's
it's
a
bold.
little risque.
that is
Very
a bold nose
bold.
cotton. And right now it's the
Ooh.
top of the 7th, 1 out, runners on first and second. A&M's up. Oh, please turn this game around.
And was that a Happy Gilmore reference I heard?
What do you mean? What did I say?
No, that was dodgeball.
Well,
Was it dodgeball?
Oh, it was
Yeah.
dodgeball. Yeah.
Oh,
Ball
Cotton
move
was the veteran. Yep,
It was
yep,
one
yep,
of
yep,
the,
yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, so.
It was on the Ocho.
Yeah.
So,
You got to rewatch that movie.
I do. You know what I did watch though, Johnny, and I did it for you.
Have a dodgeball reference in it.
I watched something even better than Dodgeball. I watched episode 119. And I think a guy pissed in your sink, Dave, just in case you were curious.
What? Episode 119.
Episode 119.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He either pissed on your floor or in your sink because
Why are you swinging at sinkers outside the? Oh my god, dude!
I've never seen a look like
He's
that
gonna
in
go
your,
back.
your
He's
face.
gonna go out. He's gonna go there again. Don't swing the bat. Holy shit!
He.
I don't know why he's scolding you, David, but I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Or he
either.
could be talking about the game.
Go to third. Go to third. Go to third. And there we go. All right. All right. Yes, sir. Runners in first and second, 2 outs. We just need a really good swing. Oh, we just need. Oh my god, dude, this game is stressing me out, bro. I've wrapped my head around the idea that Tennessee's probably going to win, but I still want A&M to come out on top. I just fucking shit.
Even right now, you're nowhere stressed as you were on episode 119.
Look, episode 119 might be the tits, but don't let that distract you from the fact that from the fact that J. Cole went platinum without any features. Just kind of saying, dude.
No, that was the other Max episode. But
okay.
well,
So yeah, let me see here. Well, they are no longer empty net. That didn't work out. That didn't work out at all for them. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So 12:46 left in the second period. We are still looking at okay, and there goes the threat from the Aggies. Okay. We're still tied at 1. All right, let me text Colin because, figured because he's here this week, he's, for the summer, he's he would be here, but
yeah.
No, it's not how we do things.
Instead,
Yeah.
he
Apparently Dave Poirier he had
Dave
cancer. Portnoy, yeah. He had cancer and he had it removed.
Presidente.
Yeah, he had cancer and he had it removed.
Yeah, because
It was in his neck.
Dave Portnoy needs to be protected at all costs. I mean, for if
Yes.
anything else, just the One Bite Pizza reviews.
Right?
And
Yeah.
the fact that this dude absolutely knows how to gamble. It is ridiculous. Like the amount of money he made on the Celtics is stupid.
God.
So, and ladies and gentlemen, live in the from the Noah Collins Studios here in humble Clute, Texas, I brought Colin in, and this week, get that dog off your lap because he's going to distract you.
Whisker biscuit.
All right. So with Dave's help, we figured out the microphone debacle of last week. Can you hear me now? So yeah, there you go. All right. Remember, it's a microphone, not a penis. You don't have to put it in your mouth. All right. So yeah, so before we jump into NASCAR, we are going to go ahead and do this week's installment of Joke Time with Colin. Here we are, rising from the smoke and haze of desolation. It's much too foggy, but it's a Ronin, bent on wrongdoing that which has been said right, but here for your ears and your eyes even to feast upon. I mean, it's somebody's genetic code, but ladies, gentlemen, angry faithful, all ages, it's that time again for Joke Time with Colin.
How do you mess with Helen Keller? Give her a basketball and tell her to read it.
Lord.
Why do all the basketballs say "fuck you"?
Come here, Harry. Say hi to America, Harry. All right, get down, get out of here. Go on. That was a mic drop moment right there. Go lay down. Go. No, go lay down. You had your chance. You wanted to not cooperate.
How
Go lay
did
down.
Helen Keller drive a car? With
How?
one hand on the wheel, one hand on the road.
Stupid.
Wow.
Mhm.
How many kids did Helen Keller have? None. The plunger went all the way through.
Oh no! Oh no!
Bad.
Damn. Okay.
Oh my god, dude, that's rough. Yikes. Oh my god. That's terrible. I mean, I'm here for it, but good.
That was wow.
Hmm. Is that all you're bringing this week?
Yeah.
Is that all the heat?
Yeah, I got a movie.
It got pretty hot.
Well, I guess that answers my question. I was going to ask him if he wanted to stick around for a little bit,
Gosh.
but no, it's fine. You got stuff to do. You got a life. Just know you're getting up early tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
This movie is so good.
Oh,
I
okay.
love this movie.
All right. And that's what he said, folks. And just like that, he's gone without regard or care for your moral well-being. You, unfortunately, have been witness to yet another traumatic episode of this guy's genetic code assaulting your soul without consent. It's so violent. I just don't know what to do. But, ladies, gentlemen, again, angry faithful of all ages, this was joke time with Colin.
Good night.
Just once. I'm teeing it up for him to go, good night, Colin. And he doesn't do it.
What's he watching? I want to know what he's
Yeah, what are
watching.
you watching up there?
The silent voice.
The Silent Voice?
Yeah.
It's an anime movie. I don't know.
It's so, dude. I freaking love that movie.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
Go, get out of here. Go on. Later, dude. Yeah, I know. You know, it's just you're here. You just go. Yeah, and Tennessee just clinched it. They just hit a 2-run home run. So yeah, that game's over.
That'll do it. That'll do, pig. That'll do.
I'm going to keep the game on just because, 12th man doesn't give up. I'm just kind of putting that out there. Anyways, NASCAR news. I am going to keep tabs on that game 7. So please let Edmonton, if there's any cosmic justice in this world, if karma actually does exist, please let Florida choke tonight. I just want to see Florida burn itself to the ground. Is that too much to ask? I think. So, it was a rain shortened or a wet weather impacted New Hampshire race yesterday up in Loudon, New Hampshire. Christopher Bell picked up his third win of the year. Chase Briscoe finished second. Josh Berry came in third. So I mean that's a Stewart-Haas Racing second and third finish right there. I mean those guys are driving for they're driving for a new job next year, basically. Kyle Larson finished fourth after starting 19th. So I mean that's a very respectable points day for him. Chris Buescher finished fifth. Tyler Reddick, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., John Hunter Nemechek, Martin Truex Jr., and Ross Chastain finishes out the top 10. Bell led a race best or race high 148 laps of the 148 of the 305 laps. And he had a margin of 1.104 seconds at the time that he took the checkered flag. It's his second win at New Hampshire, and it's also the marked the ninth of his Cup Series career. He did do the weekend sweep where he won the Xfinity race on Saturday as well. Chase Briscoe, like I said, he headed home as the runner-up in the number 14 Stewart-Haas Racing Ford. Now, the race was halted. I have got like the worst bite on the back of my leg, and it sucks. The race was halted by heavy afternoon rain and lightning at the 219 lap mark, prompting a red flag that lasted 2 hours and 14 minutes. Now, there's a lightning strike clock that please say he's out. 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 No, damn it. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, this game has officially gotten away from A&M. Yay. So whenever lightning strikes in the area, I think it's like a 10-mile radius of the track. NASCAR puts things on hold for 30 minutes. It's a countdown timer. So, I mean, the fact that it lasted for 2 hours and 14 minutes, combination between track drying operations and lightning strikes. Yeah. So, I mean, it resumed later on in the evening. Tyler Reddick was scored as the leader at the time that they went back live. But, yeah, I mean, it ended out okay. So, I like Christopher Bell. He's a solid racer. Good for him. Like I said, it was his third of the year. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that went. Next race is going to be the Ally 400. That is going to be at the Nashville Super Speedway. It's going to be on NBC, which I'm also sure maybe also on Peacock. It's going to be on PRN, which is the Performance Racing Network, and the Sirius XM Channel 90 NASCAR radio, or the I just saw the replay of that tag. You had him dead to rights and you whiffed. Oh my God. So dumb. So dumb.
Another thing about yesterday's race, Johnny, that I was reading was my favorite racer of all time, Bubba Wallace, tweeted, "Wet tires or rain tires?" And, this guy, no matter what race it is, no matter the circumstance, always seems to find something to complain about.
Yeah, it's never Bubba Wallace's fault. So,
well, no, of course not. I also recall something to the effect of Joe Gibbs announcing a driver for the number 19 car, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Chase Briscoe. He's filling that seat next year. So
he's the
rally cap has come out.
Okay,
it's not going to work, but the rally cap has come out.
It looks good still.
We did fully expect it to come out. We were warned ahead of time. So
yeah,
this is true.
David's going to come back. Be like, what did I miss? What did I miss? So I
Everything.
took the plunge
you would say.
today. I spent $150 and I got the 1 terabit expansion card for my
Nice.
Xbox. Have not turned it on yet to see what the difference is on it because, I was trying to set up the new TV and then I had to get ready for the show tonight. Yeah. And the Panthers are up 2-0 or 2-1, 3:26 left in the second period. Please.
The
I'd
other
be
day,
cede the Stanley Cup to America's Cat for one full season. Just don't let Florida win, please. That would be great. Because here's the thing. Florida Panther fans would become insufferable
Oh God. Just
because they wouldn't know how to act. They wouldn't. They've never been there before, and it will show.
yeah, it's like whenever Philadelphia wins something.
grease the
Right.
polls.
I mean, that is true.
That's
That is true. But so I did pre-order Assassin's Creed Shadows, but then after the Microsoft Direct or press or news conference, whatever,
yeah.
all their new releases are going to be available on Game Pass day one. So I was like, why am I spending this money? So I went and canceled my pre-order. I don't care about the extra mission, whatever. I mean, that's why I'm not paying for Black Ops 6 because it's going to be on Game Pass. I'm paying for Game Pass Ultimate. I might as well use it, right?
Exactly.
So, but yeah, I did order a customized controller from Xbox,
Oh,
and it came in last week. Astral Purple, not the Astral Purple controller that you can go and buy from GameStop or the other brick and mortar retailers. This has got a purple front, purple back. It's got the rubber grips like the Elite controller does.
okay.
The directional pad is a metallic purple.
Oh,
The thumbsticks are purple.
okay.
The bumpers are purple, and the triggers are metallic purple. And I got the grayed out buttons.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude. It actually it's kind of hot. Actually, let me see if I can get my lovely wife to.
What is this now?
I was describing the custom Xbox controller that I ordered.
He
Oh.
blinked out his penis.
Oh, okay. So
Dave, you look like such a young man shaving now.
I'm not fully shaved. It's just really, really the fuzz is really light right now because of the cut I did.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
That's one of the reasons why I absolutely just refuse to shave until the very last minute whenever any potential employer tells me that I have to. Because
Walk out.
when this comes off, dude, I'm going to be 14 all over again.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. If I ever get told, no, you need to shave. No, that's you.
Right.
You've lost me. That's where we're out.
Rally cap, because A&M's getting their ass handed to them right now. My wife's like, what's going on with the hat? Like, okay. So here it is.
Oh,
Right.
That
And
little
instead of
bling on
back,
the.
it's got the purple back. Now the battery cover was purple, but because I do the rechargeable batteries,
Oh, okay.
I kind of like that.
it's rubber grips,
I want to rub
and the
my
triggers are metallic.
I so want to rub my scrotum right there.
Right?
Was
That's
that yours?
Scrotum almost.
and
I don't know that
for
was
those,
me or
and
you.
for those of us who know, okay, when you're holding this like amazingly designed controller, right? I mean, the Xbox nailed it with this basic format, right? The response, the feedback on these triggers and bumpers, bro.
Dude, The
Football.
yes, the actual feedback on those whenever you're playing a gun game,
Yeah.
a shooting game, the feedback on those triggers is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, I I've been playing the crap out of Fallout 4 still, but I dude, I just even with the combat controls for Fallout, dude, because after a while, like the stock controller that came with the Xbox, just the regular black one,
Yeah, that's the ones I
and the
have.
Red Sox won their game tonight, 7-6. Yes, sir.
Yay.
I just need Florida to lose, and I need Tennessee to fall apart in the last couple of innings.
You don't ask for much, do you?
No, I don't ask much from God. I know that He's there.
The reason that A&M is not doing well is because the Rangers beat the Royals over the weekend more than once.
What's that got to do with A&M, sir?
I'll tell you exactly what it has to do with A&M, sir.
Oh, please.
Both teams are located in the state of Tejas.
Now, to say that both teams are located in the state of Tejas is it's. I mean, that's about all you can say, just because of the vast distance, right?
Geographically, it is accurate.
A&M has a standard to uphold because the Astros swept the Orioles this weekend.
The
They-
Astros did. Yes, they did. Baltimore deserved every bit of it, so it's okay.
With a minute 2 left in the second period, it's still 1-2. 1-2 Panthers. Fucking
Dave, if the Panthers lose and the Canadian team wins, do you think that this will change anything in the potential invasion of Canada that we were talking about?
No.
Okay.
Good potential.
Like I said, we go there with just enough carrots to feed the horses. I understand it's a big country and it's basically a bunch of rednecks. I get it. They got guns and ghillie suits, but if
Actually,
we bring enough
they don't
carrots,
have enough guns anymore because they outlawed a lot of them.
yeah, but the guys are living off the grid out there.
We need to bring enough hurtful words to make Trudeau lose his mind. That's all we got to do.
What word isn't hurtful to the son of Jack Trudeau, the great? Oh my God, I can't believe his son was elected as anything. But it's not what you know, it's who you know, right?
Yeah.
Justin Trudeau is, for me, he's the personification of lying on your application and getting the job.
Yep.
I mean, he did have that boxing tournament thing. That's about it. That's the only time frame that he showed.
He's
that he-
about as beta as it potentially gets.
Oh, you're not wrong. It's just the only thing he has going for him. He did some kind of political boxing match.
I mean, he strikes me as
the
kind of
blackface.
he strikes me as the kind of guy who,
What was that, Chris?
I said, don't forget the blackface either.
right?
yeah.
He did black.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but Justin Trudeau strikes me as the kind of guy who would apologize before a BBC bull, bottoms out his wife like a job application.
I was going to say that it seems like the kind of guy that cries during sex, but
That
that
one's
would require him to
Johnny
have sex.
Yeah.
and I don't mean like tears of joy. It's like
His wife probably makes him ride a Sibian.
I can see that.
That just reminds me of
Howard
Shane
Stern?
Gillis. No, Shane Gillis.
Oh. All right. So I don't know if I haven't been able to find any articles on it, David. I'm sure you can here in pretty short order. But if Tennessee loses, over half the state will riot. I don't want to see that. I don't like UT, but yeah.
Oh, they canceled the
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and I can say this with a degree of credibility because I lived in Tennessee for a few years. If the Vols win, anytime the Vols win anything, they become like,
Obnoxious.
I don't want to use the word obnoxious because it makes obnoxious people look bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying they're over celebratory?
Well, at least they don't riot
Excessive.
like Pittsburgh.
I mean,
Yeah, as long as they don't, they're not as bad as Philly.
If Tennessee manages to hang on, the incest rate in the state of Tennessee is going to rocket overnight.
Here, there are the domestic violence.
No, not domestic violence. I mean, the opportunity for free use in incestuous houses is going to go up overnight. I mean, it's going to be like a 2-day bender. Like they may actually call it a state holiday tomorrow if Tennessee holds on. They really might. Which is going to be convenient, considering the amount of bow-legged women and very tender-seated men are gonna have to call out of work tomorrow anyway, because yeah. I mean, what does a woman from Tennessee say after having sex? Get up, Paul, you're crushing my smokes.
Yeah.
Or you're my favorite cousin, one of the two.
And Belle cannot be offended by said remark, because Belle was born in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Yes, the hospital is on the Tennessee side of the state line, but the post office that exists
Bell,
at Fort Campbell is on the Kentucky side.
We'll say Aggies, not UT.
Douche nozzles.
That's how you lose your super fan status, by mislabeling teams. That's
No,
something.
no. She's talking about UT as in the University of Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, Tennessee, they.
Does that even matter?
The Vols call themselves UT and oh, base hit. Oh, bring home another run. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, the rally cap might be working. I turned it around, so maybe that might help. I'm just putting that out there. I know it's not going to work. Shut up. Leave me alone. I'll believe what I want.
Do you have any cool updates on the games? Do you have any cool updates on the games?
No. I mean it's I mean they're at the second intermission for the Stanley Cup final, but yeah, right now it's
Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. Yeah. So.
Oh.
But
nope. Sorry, sir. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No. By all means, please.
I was gonna say that if anybody is in to the Mad Max franchise, the George Miller franchise.
Oh yeah.
Furiosa, which I pre-ordered, should be available at the stroke of midnight for me to enjoy and watch.
I've been wanting to watch that one.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to it. I'm very surprised it got such high ratings, but it did so poorly in the box office that I can't really say that I'm surprised it did poorly in the box office, but I am a little surprised that it didn't at least make budget and lost as much as it did, which I believe they said 75 million.
Oh, goodness.
Well, what did they open that up against?
It came out Memorial Day weekend, and I want to say that
really
there was a few movies. A lot of movies came out the Memorial Day weekend, but it was such a weak opening, I guess, for this particular Memorial Day. Maybe it's because nobody can afford to go to the movies because everyone's broke.
Yeah, I mean,
that's true.
I think at some point this week I'm going to sit down and watch Dune Part 2. And it was funny because I was watching.
Great movie.
Awesome movie.
Oh yeah. I was watching Futurama this morning while I was making breakfast.
Nice.
And I think it's like episode 3 of season 11. They Nibbler, remember the worms that infested Fry a couple of seasons
Yeah.
ago?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
They infested Nibbler, right? But instead of
Oh,
making Nibbler like super smart and strong, they started consuming his brain. And apparently there's like this whole world inside Nibbler's, cat box or whatever,
Mhm.
or litter box. Dude, there was so many Dune references. It was hilarious.
nice.
Like they would sniff the spice, and instead of their eyes turning blue, oh shit, send him, send him, send him, send him, send him. There you go. And the throw slide. Oh, yes, yes, yes. It's a 3-run game. Okay.
Boom.
I'm going to lose my mind if A&M comes back and wins this.
I want to see it.
But yeah, so what was I fucking yeah, so I mean, dude, instead of their eyes turning blue, they turned orange.
You were talking about Dune.
And
No,
and
they turned orange.
the sandworms were just a bunch of worms that were like piled up on each other, kind of a thing. And they were like, this is the world of Dune. The G is almost silent. You know? Okay.
See what you did there.
Yeah. So it was a pleasant episode to watch. I was like, yeah, okay. And I love the fact that Hulu picked that show back up.
Yeah,
so
I need to get back into it because I haven't really watched any of the new stuff that came out. I think I watched one or two.
And season 3 of Shorty is out, and I
didn't
haven't even started it yet. So I've just been so busy. And then later this week, I'm going to be framing an interior wall up in my storage room, trying to insulate it, because the upstairs bedroom where Colin sleeps, it gets really hot because it's right against that storage room, and the storage room's not insulated because it's above the garage.
Right.
So he's got an exposed interior wall that's just there, and it's just so hot. I'm like, yeah. So I'm going to order some 16-foot lengths of 2x4, some 10-foot pieces. I'm going to frame it out, and then I'm just going to put some R13 in there, and then I'm going to sheetrock over it. But I'm like, dude, hopefully, and then I suspect, hopefully, that it will bring my electricity down by probably $50 a month, maybe.
Hey.
I would hope so. But yeah.
Were you able to weather the storm okay with all your preparations?
Oh yeah, oh, dude. The most that I got was like a little bit of flooding in my backyard, which tomorrow after I get home from the golf course, I'm gonna go out in my yard and I'm gonna spray some fungicide. Like I got these big mushrooms growing in my backyard, and I'm like, dude, they sprouted up overnight. It's ridiculous.
Nice.
But I'm sitting there going, I'm
It's
like,
mowable and everything, not destroyed.
yeah, no, but we've got some pretty decent. No, it's not over. A&M's down by 3 runs now, so I mean they're starting to storm back. It's the 8th inning, top of the 8th. Yeah. So yeah, more than likely we're still at an hour and a half, so we're probably going to stay on until the game's over. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Love you. Yeah. Okay. I know. She's like, you can play until the streetlights come on. I'm like, okay. Yeah, top of the 8th. It's 3-6 Tennessee right now. Tennessee's got a pitcher by the name of Kirby Connell. It's his 36th appearance. He just came into the game from Johnson City, Tennessee. The dude he's got a 3.72 ERA. He's pitched 48 in the third inning. He's 48 hits. He's got 47 strikeouts versus 13 walks. This dude has got a mustache that is very thousand ways to die in the West-esque, right? And the
Handlebars.
mustache is on his shoes. Like he's got custom Nike cleats with the mustache on there.
Hmm.
I'm like, okay. All right. This dude's got like flowing locks coming out of the back of his ball cap. Yeah. And that's got to be his dad, because this dude, there is no way somebody would willingly grow that mustache like that. I mean, this dude looks like your spaghetti Western like saloon owner mustache.
Like he owns a mustachery of sorts.
Every dastardly villain.
Mustachery, yes.
Hmm.
He looks down at everybody because they can't afford to grow mustaches such as his.
Snidely Whiplash.
Yes,
Like
Snidely Whiplash. I mean, this dude is one bad day away from putting on a black cloak and tying a woman to a set of railroad tracks. And I mean,
We'll
I'm
make an episode about that too.
in Red Dead Redemption. I'm willing to bet he's
That
probably
shit was fun as hell.
It did not unlock an achievement.
I think so.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is what we've been reduced to, folks. We're sitting here watching, and it's one of these. We're going to get a cease and desist letter from the NCAA. Like, you didn't get explicit written permission to, give accounts of the game. I'm not giving accounts of the game. I'm just relaying the story, which is public knowledge.
Actually, you can get give counts of the game.
You're not showing anything in the game. You're not broadcasting the game, and you're not giving a play-by-play.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can even give play-by-plays.
Well, you can
get play-by-plays.
Yeah, you can give
Like
generality.
if you wanted to broadcast like the scoreboard right now and show the score, then they would allow that. But if you were to like put the game on and show that, then nope.
Yeah. Caden Kent, who is the son of former National League MVP Jeff Kent, plays for A&M, and he's on deck right now. So it's got a full count and fouled that one off. Okay. David?
Yeah.
David's tapping out.
Yeah,
because
he's not tapping out because he's weak or anything like that.
Oh,
Dave
no.
has now transferred to Days.
The imagination, are we implying that David's a bitch? That's not what we're
No,
saying.
no. It's the getting acclimated to the new schedule, to the new, back to being awake during the day and asleep during the night. So
safe.
Yep.
All
Johnny's
right.
happy. I can tell.
Runners on first and second. Oh, that was a good.
All right, guys, and everybody. Love you guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
You too, brother. Be good, Dave.
Sign off, David.
Huh?
Say, I am David Dickerman, and I'm calling it a night.
I'm David Dickerman.
And I'm calling it a night.
And I'm calling it a night.
Say good night, David.
Night, David.
Good night, Gracie.
Dave.
He kicked himself, and I hit the button at the same time, so I brought him back and then kicked him out again. It was about principle.
I looked at the private chat and I said, "Oh shit, God, Dave's tired." I get it though. I get it.
Oh, come on. Caden Kent's only got one home run so far this tournament, but he has been just amazing at the plate. Oh, that was he was out in front of that one.
You know what gets me most about the copyright thing is the fact that,
and he has just sat in his seat, just very non-emotional. His dad's actually standing up for this at bat,
watching it, intently viewing.
Oh, come on! You can't. Oh, don't do this.
So let's say that myself or Chris or you own a bar and grill, a small eatery, and we have televisions, we have alcohol, we have food, we have all that stuff. And, during times where there's sports events on, we broadcast them on the television. Now, generally, when we do this, we're not asking permission from anybody, nor is anybody from any of the governing agencies.
I was saying that more out of tongue in cheek, just because
No. Big legal. It's a great point, though.
Yeah,
It's totally true. I think at some point that they are realizing already they'll keep going and going and going, but at some point we got to say enough's enough. Listen, either you make it reasonable for everybody to be able to afford, which would make more sense, fast quarters over slow dollars type of thing, get a larger audience, you're going to make more money. They don't see it that way. They want the money right now, and if they don't get it, then obviously they're doing something wrong. But the way they're going about it,
Yeah, they're-
it's just not fair.
Yeah, they also don't see how they're shooting themselves in the foot and actually potentially lowering their revenue.
Absolutely. Because at this point, you're catering to a specific demographic, that demographic being those that have the means, the extra expendable income to afford that $300 or whatever the outrageous cost is, that should be a third of that at best, which should include every game that this league plays, whatever league it is.
Here's my take on that. If we're a business and we buy that package, we should be able to disseminate and do what we want with that content.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
we in all in,
you
in
are
all, in
paying
all
for
that,
the content.
we bought the
Mhm.
license to do whatever we wanted with that.
Right.
And I mean, it's just like a pay-per-view fight or a pay-per-view fight. I cannot talk for whatever reason right now, but this has got me so damn flustered. Like they're pitching outside the strike zone and the hitters are chasing, and they just fucking pitched out of that jam. God. Okay. Anyways, it's like
Pay-per-view.
you know that they're going to make you chase. Seriously, like how hard is it to just know what the strike zone is and not swing? I mean, come on. I mean, but I get it. You're in the heat of the moment and you're trying to press. You're trying to be that guy that makes something happen. You're trying to etch your name into, the annals of Omaha history. I get it, but all that aside,
Yeah, but you also got to play smart.
yeah, exactly. You got you
can't lose the strategy of the game just because you want to get back in it as quickly as humanly possible. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I mean, you had 2 runners on. Yes, you could have tied the game with one swing of the bat, but you have to swing at stuff that's in the strike zone.
Right.
Don't
That's
expand the
just
strike
basic
zone.
fundamentals. Yeah.
I mean, don't do the pitcher any favors.
No. And this guy that you were talking about earlier sounds like he's doing a pretty good job. He was the 6'7", 6'8" monster.
Yeah, well, yeah, he did a good job yesterday. He only threw 2 innings, like 1 2/3, but like it was a short appearance, short outing for him, but
Still pretty impressive.
yeah, it was still pretty impressive. The guy that relieved him though, Cortez for A&M, this dude averaged his fastball averaged 100 miles an hour, and he threw like 90 something pitches yesterday. Like he had almost 30 pitches at 100 plus the entire time he was out there. Like
Damn.
the slowest fastball was 99.
The slowest.
His slowest fastball was 99. The top one was 101. And then
With accuracy.
well, his 2-seam and 4-seam had run on him. Like his 2-seam fastball had 19 inches of run on it.
Mm.
And it came back across the plate.
Mm. That's dirty.
I mean, he had a breaking ball that he would throw like 85 to 89. And then he threw a changeup that like came across the plate at 77. And the dude, when he threw that, like the hitter was so far out in front of it that it was ridiculous.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, right. When you can adjust 30 miles an hour.
God.
And I mean, he's throwing these 100 mile an hour pitches like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And he's I think he's a sophomore or a junior, so he's coming back next year.
Wow.
A&M has got a good core of guys that are going to be coming back. A&M's biggest thing is that their offensive superstar this year, Montgomery. He's there with the team, but he can't play because he destroyed his ankle. Like he had surgery on his ankle. He's going to get drafted like probably 6th overall this year for Major League. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. A&M baseball is going to be set up for at least another couple of years, and they've got the kind of program that people are wanting to come play at. So, I just wish that how do you fuck that up? Their left fielder's like, oh, okay, he bounced the ball off of his glove, and then he muffs it and turns a triple or turns a single into a double. Like seriously, and let me check on the hockey score because that is going to call me
That
Less
should be in the third period.
16:37 in the third period. It's still 2-1 Panthers. It's okay. The Red Sox won at least. It's all right. It's all good.
Celtics won.
Yeah,
I
the
know
Celtics,
that's kind of
the
a
Celtics winning.
bittersweet thing.
The Celtics winning, and the Celtics were in the building at Fenway Park tonight. So the Red Sox kind of had to, and it's a Panthers power play, so it's 4-on-5 right now.
No empty net though.
No, it's not empty net.
They're not going crazy and extra risque. You're gonna have to swing for the fences in this one, though, guys.
I mean,
if you
it's
want to win.
basically all hands on deck. I mean, you're not going to fucking have a game tomorrow, so you might as well just throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at them.
Literally,
yeah.
This is it,
Right.
All right. So, trying to think here. I've still got my tickets for July 10th to go see Close Encounters of the Third Kind, celebrating its 45th anniversary.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
Old as I am.
yeah. That's right.
I mean,
it was.
I'm excited, man, because it's I mean, just being I grew up watching this movie. And I mean, in all honesty, it took me till I was probably about 12 or 13 to be able to watch the movie all the way through because it just honestly scared the shit out of me. Like they're there on the dark side of the moon, the backside of Devil's Tower, and you see that one alien come out from underneath, and it's like the daddy long legs. Dude, that scared the crap out of me. I was like,
Right.
I would have nightmares. But I own the director's cut, I own the special edition, and I own the theatrical release of the movie. I bought it whenever they remastered it in 4K. So I bought it on Fandango at home and formerly Vudu. But it's such a good movie. And you try to introduce it to more and more people. And, yes, the movie is dated, obviously. I mean, this took place in the 70s. So,
Yeah.
The way people dressed, the cars that they drove, it just something about that movie, just incredibly timeless. I mean, it's just absolutely instant classic. The moment that it came out, and it really, for me, kind of pick him off. Yeah, got his ass. Thank you. Oh yeah. All right, top of the ninth.
When you're talking alien movies, I think the one that scared me the most when I was growing up, and I saw it when I was later, but it still scared the living shit out of me, was Fire on the Mountain.
Oh, Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky.
That
Fire in the Sky scared the
Now,
crap out of me.
Yeah. Now there was a first-hand account book written by a guy named Whitley Strieber called Communion. They did a very low-budget film adaptation that starred Christopher Walken as Whitley Strieber.
Mm.
That movie fucked with me hard, right? And I go back and I watch it later, as a grown ass man, and I'm like, I hear what Christopher Walken, talking like this to the aliens, like, how dare you? I'm like,
Talking to a guy all wrong.
I halfway expected him, because the whole probing thing and doing experiments kind of a thing, right? You halfway expect Christopher Walken to get returned by aliens, and he wakes up for coffee in the morning, and his wife comes in and says, "How are you feeling?" He's, "If you knew what I had to go through to have this cup of coffee." Hey, these aliens, these little men,
Yeah, right.
up my ass
For 5 years.
for 5 years.
Ugh.
I had dysentery. It was terrible. It just, they were going to kill me. But
I love the Pulp Fiction segue there. That was beautiful.
dude, that was so great. If you knew what I had to do to get this watch to you. The fact that he was just like, he goes through the whole story about how not only his dad carried this watch around in his ass, but he carried this hunk of metal in my ass for 5 years. As soon as he said that, like, you see Bruce Willis as a kid go snatch, like, like the old Ultima Online, be like, yoink,
Right.
just pluck right out of the hand. But
Oh,
it was great, so
it's a beautiful watch.
it's a beautiful watch. It's one of my favorite Christopher Walken movies, though, is the Knockaround Guys. And he uses that line. He's like, "I came here to do two things: chew bubble gum and kick some ass. Well, I'm out of bubble gum." Fucking amazing. Like, I was just
Thank
like, yeah.
God he's still doing good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know that we put a lot of people on the endangered species list, and that they have to oh no, I need to turn that back around because it was working this way. There we go. Okay. Okay.
And while we're in that genre, rest in peace to Donald Sutherland, who passed away. Was it
Yes,
late
Donald
last week?
Sutherland. Yes.
Legend.
Legend.
The fuck was that?
Remember the Body Snatchers at the end when he was a body snatcher and the chick was like, and he
okay.
go, but the face of the curly, beautiful Jewish curls and beautiful hairs.
A&M starts off the top of the ninth with a leadoff double. Yes, sir. All right, come on. I'm telling you, boys.
Tying run is as bad as what you're saying?
No, not that. No. They're still down by 3.
They are down by 3.
They're down by 3.
They had not scored yet. All right.
They have
They have hope. They have momentum.
And they brought in this guy that just absolutely dominated yesterday. Tennessee did, but I mean, he threw a lot of pitches yesterday. Like, he pitched 3 or 4 innings yesterday. So I don't know how effective he's going to be. Come on.
I would imagine that's pretty, on the old arm, probably still feeling it,
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's all hands on deck and, whatever, but
sometimes that could hurt you. Sometimes that could do the exact opposite of what you intended to. Mike Shanahan, Robert
Oh,
Griffin
how is
III.
that a strike? That was letter high and inside. Oh my God.
What's it down to?
No outs, one ball, two strike count, runner on second.
Mm.
Feel like it's edge of your seatish.
Yeah, I mean, I've got it. I've got it streaming on Hulu right now on ESPN Plus. So that's how I'm watching it in here.
Chris, since I know that you have a Xbox Series X and a PlayStation 5, I'm curious, do you have a preference for one versus the other?
So I've been a PlayStation guy ever since PS3. I went through PS3, PS4, and I was excited to get the PS5. But I feel like this generation, Xbox knocked it out of the park. They
They
did.
did.
This generation, Xbox One, hands down, not even a competition. The UI
Wow.
is more is more user friendly. The just Game Pass by itself is so much better than PlayStation.
Yeah,
It's not even, it's almost not even a competition at this
the
point.
only reason I want to get a PS5 is because of the exclusive titles.
Right.
And see, don't go. Oh my God, you
They do
elevate
have
that
some good
ball, you never swing it
exclusive,
one up around your eyes, dumbass.
but you've also seen that Xbox is a lot more willing to actually share.
Yeah,
They've,
and you know,
they've tried to reach across the aisle, and PlayStation keeps telling them no.
yeah, it's
Don't understand. I don't get.
It would just mean more profit for the both of them because they can put something together that would benefit. There's a lot of gamers out there.
Exactly. Well, and that's the thing. So you would be able.
Sony still believes in the console war in the console wars. Sony is, I mean, for every unit that goes out the door, Sony still loses like $100 a unit.
Yeah.
And that's just because they don't take the time to properly develop the hardware before they send it out. And with the cost of replacement parts, you know, them getting involved with stupid lawsuits from these aftermarket companies, these little startups that come out with things like different colored shells. You know, I mean, Sony has been so active with this generation in trying to prevent the aftermarket market from taking off, from allowing um, repair shops the ability to repair the PS5 because they're like, well, if it breaks, just buy a new one because there's a lot of people that don't buy replacement plans from like Best Buy or GameStop, and the manufacturer warranty is absolute shit, and that's for both sides. That's Microsoft and Sony. And to be honest, it's the same thing with Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo, there's a reason why the Switch is, with this particular generation, is the best selling console. I mean, and then Nintendo's about to announce the Switch 2. Another run comes in. It is a 2-run game. Okay. They're about to announce the Switch 2. Nobody really knows what they're planning on doing with that, what the specs are going to be on it. Sony does, I mean, not Sony, but Nintendo needs to stay away from like the high-end graphics. I mean, they can, you know, they can port games over for that platform, dumb the graphics down a little bit, and make it to where it runs on your platform. You don't need to keep up with the Sonys. You don't need to keep up with the Microsofts. I mean, Nintendo's been doing their thing for, I don't know, years. And Nintendo of America has been around for like what, 40, 45 years now?
Yeah, at least.
And,
Oh yeah, easy.
so and the big reason why, these next gen consoles are still $500 a piece. Why the games are now $70 a piece before taxes is, I mean, the big thing is like, well, our games cost more to produce now. They cost more to develop. They cost more to publish. Well, they don't cost more to publish. I'm going to guarantee you that much right now,
especially just
because
majority are all electronic,
they're all it's all digital.
digital. That's what.
But A&M's down to their last out. One swing of the bat will tie this game up. Please tie this game up. Oh my God, please tie this game up. And
I honestly thought that console wars were over when the Blu-ray surpassed the HD DVD.
well, here's the thing. The reason why Blu-ray took off instead of the HD DVD was the fact that Sony was getting a lot of their disk drives from Toshiba and Western Digital. And Western Digital and Toshiba were flooding the market with the Blu-ray drives for Blu-ray players and Blu-ray drives on the PC side. So it's more of a and they balked. Oh, so the runner gets to advance to third.
Oh,
Okay.
So we got
Runner on third,
tying.
2 outs. We still need 2 runs to tie this.
But tying run is at bat.
Yeah, the tying run is on. I mean, the tying run is up to bat.
And how solid is he?
It's no ball, 1 strike count. Oh, come on. Down to their last strike now. Regardless as to how this game turns out, I'm incredibly proud of the A&M program this year. This is the first team from A&M to make it to the College World Series final. And runner scored on a wild pitch. So it's a 1-run game.
oh man.
Still down to the last strike, but it's a 1-run game right now.
Isn't that beautiful how things just.
But this is Aggie team to get to the final. They've overcome injuries. They weren't really expected to perform that well in this tournament. They made it. I mean, they hosted their super regional bracket, and I mean and that's it. Tennessee wins on a slider, down and away.
I mean, they put up a fight.
Yeah, they put up a fight. So I mean, hey, congrats to Tennessee. It doesn't matter if Tennessee won or lost this year. State of Tennessee screwed because the Vols don't know how to act. I'm just kind of putting that out there.
Yeah. If you live in Tennessee, you better hunker down now.
Yeah, you're just okay. All right, so I can actually turn on the hockey game. So right now, 7:51 left in the third period. It's still 2-1. They just had a face-off in the Florida end. Florida's in the middle of a shift. And it was an icing call on Florida. Edmonton puck. They're going to go all the way back down and face off again in the blue circle, or in the red circle on the Florida side of the ice. It's 18 shots to 19 shots on goal in favor of Florida right now. McDavid needs to pull some Mick magic and score a fucking Mick goal. Just kind of putting that out there.
Ah, yes. Connor McDavid, the pride of Canada.
Or as my wife so very cute and cutely and affectionately refers to it as, she calls it Canada. She knows it's pronounced Canada. She knows it's pronounced Canada, but she calls it Canada, and it's fucking hilarious. Like the first time I heard her say it, I was like, "Did you just say Canada?" And she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "You know it's Canada, right?" She goes, "You let me say my words," and I was like, "Okay."
Gotta love Canada. God bless them.
They're gonna have to go to the. They're gonna have to go to the. They're gonna have to go to the video. I think Edmonton just scored a goal.
If that's true, and what you say just happened, then that would mean the game is tied. And I think we all know what that means.
I do want to see A Quiet Place Day One though. That movie looks legit. And I'm not one for like abusing the crap out of a franchise and just inundating people with sequels and prequels and like, oh, we have to go back to the beginning. Well, we know how it started, but we have to tell it from this person's point of view.
The first two have been awesome.
John Krasinski wrote this one also. So I as long as he's in charge of it.
Yeah, I'm willing to give it a try just because of
just on that merit alone. So
oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as A&M is concerned with this year's College World Series, I mean, the boys from College Station, they have got absolutely. Yeah, Bell said, "Glad I'm off tomorrow, not leaving this house. Ball fans are like gremlins fed after midnight."
that's probably smart.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'm proud to rep, the 12th man. I mean, it's when they say that A&M grads, going to A&M, it's like a cult, right? I mean, you graduate from A&M with any kind of degree, whatever field you're going to go into, you can automatically just count on being paid more than the person next to you. Especially with their engineering program. So, I'm here for it. You see families like traditions. I mean, just generations of families just going to A&M because that's where that's where our family goes, kind of a thing. I had a chance to see it real up close and real personal at the Texas Bowl just after New Year's or just before New Year's, here in Houston at the NRG. Oh, hey, don't start slashing now.
Was the review in favor of the Oilers, Johnny?
They waved it off. They were like, "Yo, you're pushing it." Like, well, no shit. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Supposed to do. Oh, bastards.
And they called offsides on Edmonton. But yeah. But being a part of the 12th man, dude, it's special. Like, I mean, you saw, multiple generations of families, grandparents, parents, kids, grandkids, great grandkids, just decked out in maroon, getting on with the chants, the cheers, the yells. It's a culture, man. It really is. I mean, it is an absolute culture. And yeah, A&M was getting its ass kicked by OSU at this, at that bowl game. But I mean, you couldn't tell. I mean, the 12th man showed up and showed out, and they stayed the whole 4 quarters. It was a cool sight to see. So, I mean, I think as far as the football program is going to be concerned, I mean, you know, you've got Edmonton has not
A&M's
shot on goal since like 1432 in the third period. Or no, actually 1432 in the second period, but yeah. I mean,
they've been cold. No
bounce
pun
his head off
intended.
the fucking ice, man. Come on.
If you got to, I mean, yeah, you fucking got to.
The refs called the whistle on it. I'm like, oh, it's a dead puck. Okay, we're Florida. Ice hockey in the state of Florida. The fuck is that all about? Like, oh, what about Texas? Well, I mean, it's called refrigeration.
But it's
Yeah.
North Texas.
Right, that's North Texas. Now, if Houston got an expansion team, bro, I would go. I wouldn't become a fan. I would rep my Bruins every game. I wouldn't care if the Bruins were there or not. You would,
What are you going to the Bruins game?
oh,
No.
Bruins come to town? Shit. You got me
Oh,
fucked
shit.
up.
The Bruins, you know, any team from Pittsburgh, it seems to me, and I'll say it, you know, you're talking about whether it's the Steelers, whether we're talking about the Pirates, doesn't matter. Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh fans
76ers,
yeah, Pittsburgh is
they're
one thing. Now, the Pennsylvania fans that get under everybody's skin are the Philadelphia fans.
Philly. Yeah, nobody likes the Philly fans. They're just
You know, I know a few people from Philadelphia. They're salt of the earth. They're good people.
It's just
Just their teams are trash. And when you start talking shit because your team happens to be ahead, you kind of
you
know,
basically insulted their mother. Like
you
that's
downplay. I mean,
it is.
Listening to a
No.
Philadelphia sports fan talk about their teams, you instantly lose IQ points.
Yeah.
It's like going into a battle of wits with an unarmed person. You really have to handicap yourself.
Or drink.
you just
Yeah.
Sometimes a combination when it's you know, hateful, very hateful.
5:54 left. Edmonton puck. And moved up. Fighting for it on the board. It's out. Pass it in. There you go. Oh. And a stop. Save by the Edmonton goalkeeper. Okay. All right. That was a quick exchange. All right. Now you've got to face off on the Edmonton side of the ice. Please fucking score a goal. Oh my God. I mean, at the very least, if Florida scores another goal, I can turn the game off. But if Edmonton equalizes here, yeah. Now, and I'll say the same thing for Edmonton. Nobody saw these guys coming at all. And the fact that they made it to the final, they get down 3-0. And then they force a game 7. I'm just like, Broheem.
That was in itself an amazing thing to do. And like I said, you said there's 5 minutes and some change left. There's still plenty of time. I remember last year during the playoffs, who was it? The Avalanche. They came back a couple of games, and
Well, the fact that the Avalanche had Patrick Waugh in the net. Well, no, that was what you talking about, the Avalanche from a couple of years ago, or
yeah, when they
classic Avalanche.
it was we can go either one actually because
Yeah, I mean both Avalanche teams were great. The best Avalanche team that I remember though had Patrick Waugh in the net, and yeah, boy, he was something. He was something
yes, he
special.
was special. He was one of those, special guys.
One of my favorite goaltenders, though, I mean, all time was Tuukka Rask from the Bruins. I mean, the dude without his pads on looked like a tweaker, but dude, when he put them pads on and got in front of that net, like he let almost nothing by. And he had to be having a really off night. And there was one night like he was like a sieve, and they pulled him and swapped it out. And it come to find out that like he was having back issues, which ultimately led to multiple surgeries, which resulted in his retirement. But yeah, he was good because if I remember right, he was in the net when the last time that the Bruins won the cup. But I mean, you think about this. Boston since 2001 have won 13 championships. The city of Boston has experienced 13 championships since the turn of the century. Like, damn. 6 by the Patriots, 4 by the Red Sox, 2 by the Celtics, and 1 by the Bruins. That's insane.
It's, there's a lot to, that's a lot of accomplishments, and it's been something that the city gets behind big time.
Oh, yeah.
And my brother-in-law, he lives in Waltham. I think I'm saying it right. Waltham, somewhere in that Boston area right there.
Yeah.
And I mean, between the parades, celebrations, the fan base, regardless of what sport it is, I mean, it's an accomplishment that not a lot of people can say.
Yeah,
All
and there's
across
one
the
guy,
board for every sport.
there was a fan. He got his picture taken for, I think it was ESPN. Oh, come on. The Edmonton goalkeeper, I mean, the Florida goalkeeper's been on his back. Oh,
That Florida goalkeeper's a beast. First 3 games, couldn't get anything past him for shit. Then I don't know what the fuck. Looked like a totally different guy.
yeah. Well, they're gonna have a face-off. Yeah, Bobrovsky. Yeah, yeah. The dude, he's a stout goaltender. Absolutely. I mean,
he takes up that whole fucking net. It's
yeah. I mean, you would think though, it's like, I get that these guys are going to lose weight because the amount of water they sweat out during the course of a game, but like you would think that NHL teams would they would actively recruit people like Eric Cartman, to sit in the net.
Right.
You just stay in front of there. Does it
Right?
hurt if it hits me? Nope.
I'm not
You won't
fat. I'm
feel
just
a
big.
thing.
No, you're fat as fuck because you have to buy an extra. You have to pay for the seatbelt extender when you get 2 seats on an airplane.
Get Gorlek the Destroyer in there.
Yeah, right. You get the mountain, put some pads on his knees, and just tell him to stay there.
Oh,
I'm gonna take one off the chin. Yeah. You're playing it old school, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
you wouldn't even notice.
right. It's like when I was in airborne school, and we had Marines that were going through for Force Recon, and it was funny because like they had their own black hat, right? I mean, he was a gunnery sergeant, but they called him, Gunny Airborne, and so that this one guy, we called him Rockhead, and it was for a very good reason. We we were oh, come on, we were on the drop zone, or we were flying out to the drop zone, and the outboard personnel is supposed to exit the aircraft first. Well, he's on the outboard side, and oh, come on, you cannot shoot into traffic like that. Pass the puck, pass it around, do some misdirect. Come on. You got 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Cleared it all the way down to the Edmonton side of the ice. Come on. Pass it up. Anyways, so this dude, to say this guy was like a Neanderthal is kind of putting it lightly. Tough as nails, right? Mountain of a man. But like the dinosaur, the pain tolerance was incredibly high because his nerve receptors took forever to travel to his brain. He was told to exit the aircraft, and when he exited the aircraft, all you heard was down the side of the aircraft as he had already stepped out. Right, his K-pop was bouncing off the skin of the bird. Right, the black hats and the jump master. I mean, dude, they just died. They were laughing their asses off.